welcome to How's Your ePresence? This show is produced by ePresence, and I am Mark Galvin, the founder and president of that firm. We are broadcasting live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We drop all these recordings on podcasts available everywhere, so you can catch it later. We just added a new one called Verbal, VURBL. Just started this week. You can check them out at VURBL.com. We're glad that you're here. We're trying to help you, a business owner, discover new ways to solve business and marketing issues. We want to answer the burning question that you have. And so every week we're teeing up with the question, how do you fill in the blank, right? So for example, how do you grow your reach if you're a nonprofit? How can a business grow a community on social media? We answer all those. You can always go in and search that on YouTube and track us down. If you'd like a question answered, hit us anywhere on any social media. We have a universal social media handle, ePresence ME. That's ePresence ME. So it's all about you. ePresence about me, right? ePresence ME. Or just tell us as you right here on the episode, hit us in the comments channel. If you have a question about the show, you can post it there, or you want us to do something new in the future, throw it in the comments channel. We'll pick all that up, and we'd be happy to try to answer those questions for you. Today, we're going to talk about digital marketing. There's a surprise, right? We're going to talk about how to leverage Facebook ads, how to develop strategies on digital marketing, and the like. In the future, if you're trying to find this show, simply search ePresence, how to leverage Facebook ads or develop strategies on digital marketing. All right. It's important to us that we need subscribers. Why? Subscribers help us get to new people, help us notify you when we go live. So hit that subscribe button. There we go. Hit that subscribe button there, and you'll be able to get that notification, and you help us reach more people because we're interested in helping as many people as possible, and you help us help them when you subscribe. All right, well, let's get on to it. Let's jump into and talk to our guest and introduce him. He is Jared Curry with Scope 16 Marketing. Jared.
How's it going?
Yeah, I did that right. I had you on the right side. Welcome, man.
Yes, you did. It's an absolute honor and pleasure to be on here. So really excited to drop some value and some golden nuggets to your audience.
Rock on, man. Well, listen, now that you're here, everybody can see you. You're not my age. So how old were you when you started the company?
I was 16 years old. I was in my sophomore year of high school when my friend and I decided, hey, let's come up with this brilliant idea. Let's start a digital marketing agency. Here we are now.
I love that. And what was the impetus? What made you do that?
So you know what? I had just finished reading the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and this book changed my life. And I'm sure we'll talk more about it later on. But when I finished reading that book, Robert said, don't work for money. And if you want to become wealthy and make an impact on this world, you need to start a business. And I knew that small businesses were the backbone of the economy, and I wanted to help them. My dad owns a small business, and I grew up in that environment. And I was pretty good with digital marketing. I was pretty good with social media. So I decided, hey, let's look on YouTube. Let's learn more about how we can make money. Because to be honest, we were in high school. We wanted to get some cash going. How can we make money?
Oh, why do you need cash in high school? No, I'm kidding. You don't have to answer that.
Ton of different reasons. But we wanted to start this agency. So we went on YouTube. We saw some ads from Billy Wilson. I don't know if anyone knows him, but really good friend of mine now. And we bought his program that taught us how to start an agency, and the rest is history.
Wow, that's cool. All right, I'm writing down Billy Wilson because I got to look him up. And I tell you what we'll do, Eric, make a note on this. Let's make sure we get him into the in the post-show comments there. So is that the digital marketing course that you learned online from Billy Wilson?
That is the course. And it was around $900 at the time, or $1,000. I didn't have $1,000. I had probably about $200 in my student checking account at the time. So I had to use OPM and borrow some money from my dad to buy the course, and then I had to ask Billy for a discount too. So it was definitely an experience.
Well, it sounds like it's good that you're mentioning him if he helped you out. That's awesome. So give me an idea. Who's your target audience now? Who do you focus on? What type of businesses?
Yeah, so I know a lot of agencies, they work with different niches and different industries. We didn't want to do that. We didn't want to be the we wanted to master one. So we just focus solely on e-com brands and help e-com brands scale via paid ads in our Blackhawk system.
That's awesome. And then you are, so describe this. So you have a unique e-commerce Blackhawk system. What is it, and what are the benefits?
So it's more so of our strategy, and I'm sure we'll dive into it. But we always focus on Facebook. We focus on an omnipresent strategy. So we're on YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat. We want our brands all over the place. And if you're listening to this right now, I'm sure you own a business or you're in this space. So if you own a business, you want to be everywhere, right? And if you can do that with social media, because CPMs are so much cheaper than your traditional marketing mediums, then you can really accomplish that. So it's mostly our overall strategy and how we're able to really guarantee results for e-com brands.
Awesome. All right, cool. Well, let's get into some questions. I think I can't wait to see what your thoughts are on this. What are the tricks to leveraging Facebook ads?
That's a great question. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of different things you can do. There's not one right strategy, in my opinion. People can have success with Facebook, and I'm going to be honest. When I first started running Facebook ads, I did not know what I was doing at all. It was a complete foreign language to me. So if you're out there and you're listening and you're like, wow, I don't know where to start, I don't know what strategies I need to implement, I want to just start by telling a quick story. And it's about this guy, and he's walking down the hole. He's walking down the street, and he falls into a hole. The walls are so steep, he can't even get out. A doctor passes by, and the guy shouts up, "Hey, doc, can you help me out?" The doctor writes a prescription, throws it down the hole, and moves on. Then a priest comes along, and the guy shouts up, "Father, I'm down in the hole. Can you help me out?" The priest writes out a prayer and throws it down the hole. Then a friend walks by, and our guy says, "Hey, Joe, it's me. Can you help me out?" And the friend jumps in the hole. Our guy says, "Are you stupid? Now we're both in the hole." The friend says, "Yeah, but I've been down here before, and I know the way out." For everyone out there listening, I know the way out. I'm going to explain and break down the exact strategies that you need to use to really have massive success with Facebook ads. And in terms of strategy, there's a lot of different things that you can do. Number one that I see a lot of businesses struggling with is content. People do not put enough emphasis on content. In our agency in 2021, one of our biggest goals is to develop a content studio. And we're working on that now. Hopefully we'll have that done by the end of Q2. Because content is so important. We've seen that if you have the right content and you're testing different, videos versus images versus user generated content versus product images, we're seeing massive decreases in CPM, so your cost to reach people online. And in addition to that, you're getting a much lower cost per acquisition and a higher return on ad spend if you focused on content. Now, for those of you out there that don't have a massive budget, you're probably asking, well, I don't have the money to hire videographers and photographers to come in. Guess what? You don't have to. You guys can use your phone. You guys can buy one of those backdrops on Amazon for $15 and take images, whether it be of, your products if you own an e-com brand, or if you're a brick and mortar business, you can do tour videos, you can get customer testimonials, you can do giveaways to get customer testimonials. And those are some great avenues to get content and throw out content, just like you're listening to this podcast. I mean, this is a perfect example. Get as much content out as you possibly can. It's going to change your business. And that's the number one strategy, in my opinion, to really help you scale, is focusing on content and quality content.
I love it. As a matter of fact, I just think it's great. So you mentioned, as an example, Amazon, go buy a backdrop for $15 or something like that. Behind you is a backdrop. Is that the kind of thing you're talking about? They can get a backdrop that they can just drop on, put behind them and easily grab one off of Amazon. Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, I mean, this one costs a little bit more, but you guys can get your logo on it if you're doing podcasts. It really depends on what type of business you're running. If it's more service-based, maybe you do more podcasts. If it's more, if let's say you own a restaurant, maybe the backdrop is just a white background, or a picture of the outside of your brick and mortar business, a nice picture that you can take quality pictures and product images of, and maybe have shoot ads and shoot videos and do testimonial videos behind that backdrop. That's just one simple example that you guys can do.
So I'll give you guys an example now. I think I can do this. So I have a green screen. I'm going to turn off my green screen. Did it work? Yeah. So here's an example of something. So behind me, it looks like a green sheet. I bought it for $30 off of Amazon, and I can put anything I want behind me. Now, I had to get lighting so you can see there's a light on that. But this is a good example. And honestly, this is not an inexpensive thing. So I could do branding. I don't do branding in the show because there's branding on the screen. So when I'm doing Zoom calls, this is what I'll use. Or if I'm doing a recording, I can just change my backdrop in a heartbeat. So this is the branded universe. I use this background here because it doesn't interfere with the branding on the screen. So that is a great tip, Jared. You're giving some great things that people can really benefit from. This is really cool. So the question that when you start drilling into Facebook ads, are there tricks to developing an audience on Facebook?
There's a few different things. And once again, it depends on what type of business you own. And that's why my agency only focuses with e-com brands, because it depends. Everything is different. Everyone has a different business. So you really have to know your ideal customer. You have to know what type of space you're in to determine what strategies you're actually going to implement and how you're going to do certain things. Let's say you own a restaurant, for example. I know I keep using that example. You're probably going to have a customer list, hopefully. Or if you don't, please start developing it. No matter what business you're in, make sure you have a customer list. And you can have all these people's emails in.
Yeah, I love it.
Let's say you're doing if you don't have a customer list, let's do this. Let's do a giveaway. I did this for a taxi stand when I was first getting started. They didn't have any of their customer data saved. It was ridiculous. They were trying to compete with Uber and Lyft. There was no way they were going to do it in the 21st century if they didn't, do the things that I'm recommending to you guys right now, right? So you can do a giveaway, and people get, a gift card, or, if it's a restaurant, free meals for a month. Or something like that, right? And you're giving it to one person. You're going to run ads to this giveaway. I did this for a baseball club about 2 years ago, I believe. And it was a massive success. We gave away a free $500 bat. It was awesome. And we had people opting in left and right. The cost per lead was like 75 cents. The great thing is it's your ideal customer. So for this baseball club, they were getting people who love baseball, and they were getting leads for like 70 cents, 50 cents left and right. And our ad spend was like $1,000. So imagine how many leads they were able to build up. It was a massive customer list. We got their emails, we got their phone numbers, we got their addresses, and we got their names. So we got their addresses. Let's send out mailers to them. We got their emails. Let's upload them to a custom audience on Facebook, and we're going to run more ads to those people. Hey, we saw you entered into our giveaway, and this was the actual ad. It was a video. We saw you enter into our giveaway. Now I want to actually go ahead and provide even more value. I want to give you a free pass to come to our baseball club and work out or train or whatever for one day. And then when they got into the baseball club, they sold them on a membership. Once they sold them on a membership, they upsold them on playing for their actual club. So that's just one perfect example to really expand your audience. And then last but not least, like I said, it depends on your business. If it's just a basic business that anyone can come to, your ideal customer is pretty broad. You don't even need to do that. Just run a broad Facebook ad with a few interests, or just you do geographical targeting, and that's it.
Yeah, I love this. And these tactics that you're sharing are extremely important and great tips. Running a giveaway or something where you're engaging your audience, where you're talking to them, you're helping them, is hugely important, and it allows you to sell better. So I think that that's brilliant. What I really like about what you're doing is you're talking about focusing in on that audience. Who is your audience? Speak to your audience. And one of my favorite things that I like to encourage is find a specific person that is in your audience. Think of them and speak to that person. It just makes it a little easier. And all the things that you did spoke to that person who is in that target audience. I think that's brilliant. I love that. All right, so here we go. Let's move on. You mentioned e-com stores, and that's your focus. What are the best ways to develop an e-com store? And you and I talked about this pre-show. we don't typically have e-com folks listening, but I think that there's a transition point where you can develop this to a local veterinarian, as an example. How do you see the ability to take developing an e-com store and scaling them to the same sorts of thing that a veterinarian would want?
So you know what, and they're pretty much aligned.
Right.
Especially in the 21st century, we're in 2021. The things that you would do to start an e-com store, you should really be doing them for any business. So they're definitely aligned, and they're in alignment right now. So what I would recommend, number one, going back to content. Influencers is massive. It's crushing it right now for a lot of our clients. We had one client, they didn't even pay for actually, no, they did. I think they paid $200 for the TikTok video. The TikTok video got 1 million views and generated about a little over $20,000 in sales in a single day. Just by content. But the thing is, we don't even care about that. That's the short term. That's the crumbs. We want the whole pie. So what we're going to do, we're going to redistribute this content, and we're going to put it on paid ad platforms such as Facebook, such as YouTube, such as Instagram, such as Snapchat, and we're going to push it out to everyone else that's in our potential target market. And that one piece of content is generating hundreds of thousands of dollars of sales. So for everyone out there listening right now, what I'm going to recommend, and when starting any business or growing any business, get a ton of testimonials. If you go to my website or any of my landing pages, you're going to see testimonials upon testimonials. Our loading speed has actually been it's been really slow because of the amount of testimonials that we have. That's what should happen with your own brand, with your own business. You should have so many testimonials that people get lost with all the testimonials, and they just stop even searching, and they just purchase your product or sign up or get started, or they come into your location. That's the first thing I'd recommend everyone do.
That's awesome. So if someone is looking for an influencer, what's the best way to find an influencer that can help them reach new people?
So I'm going to give a shout out to Power Agency. We use them for most of our influencer marketing. We're about to bring it in-house. And what they do is they source influencers, because it's kind of hard to get in contact with people with millions and millions of followers, to be honest, sometimes. So you kind of have to work with an agency that specializes in it, or you can, do your manual outreach, reach out to them, try to get their attention. Sometimes that's a little bit too much work, and if you value your time, it might just make sense to outsource it. But
Right.
You could go on Google and just do a simple search. You can go on Fiverr and find someone. There's a few different things, but I would recommend just doing a Google search or talking to Power Agency. They find a lot of influencers I know. So yeah, that's pretty much.
So it's a great tip. A lot of you, if you haven't heard of Fiverr, it's fivrr.com, and it's a great place to find independent folks that can help you things. I've never thought about finding an influencer through Fiverr, so that is a great tip. All right. So can I ask you how old you are?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm 19 years old.
19, because you said you had this client you started working with 2 years ago. So you started the company at a very young age. It shows us that entrepreneurship is not age relevant. It's impressive that you were able to jump in, and you're speaking like, honestly, you're talking like you're somebody much beyond your age. What does the future hold for you, Jared? Where are you going next? What do you think's the future? What is I guess really the question is better formatted this way. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be like you. No, in all seriousness, I started this agency when I was 16, and I did not think it would be at the point where it's at now. We hit the 7-figure run rate a few months ago, and that was really, really exciting for us. $83,000 a month, and then we scaled it up to $100,000 a month. And we're really excited for the growth of the company. We're really excited to see how we can really scale other businesses. So right now, my biggest focus is, hey, this agency is working. We're getting great results. It's kind of on autopilot at the point where it's at. So I'm thinking about how I can use my expertise and show other people how I was able to build a company and coach them on how to build their own companies. That's really what I'm going to diving into in the near future, is coaching. So I think that's going to be the next outlook on life, because the education system is, in my opinion, it's messed up. It's for entrepreneurs. It fails entrepreneurs every single day. And I want to revolutionize the education system. And I think by coaching people and younger people on how to really start a business and allowing them to save money on college and not have to go into the 9-to-5 rat race, I think that's going to help a lot of people out. So that's my mission.
I love that. Okay, this is extremely cool. I'm not supposed to do this on live because I can't remember. There's a gentleman's name. There's a guy in Atlanta that's focused on helping young people see that entrepreneurship is a great way to go. And I'm going to connect you with him. What's great is social media will help me remember his name once I get offline. So we're going to do that because it is a great message for folks to understand that they can get into entrepreneurship and develop an income stream. And I will tell you, I wish that everyone at a young age would start their own company, because when you're young, you don't have as many obligations, and it's easier to take risks when you're young because you don't have 3 kids in college, right? And you don't have to worry about all those other pulls on your income. It's easier, and if you develop that at a young age, that's a great thing. So I think a lot of folks are not really aware that entrepreneurship is a great way to develop an income stream that will be sustainable and, quite frankly, very successful. All right, one more question for you. What results should marketing agencies see for their clients?
It's a great question. So it depends on what your objectives are for the year. What are your objectives for the quarter? What are you guys hoping to accomplish? And depending on that, that's really what your agency should be aligned with you. One thing that we focus on with our agency is when clients sign up, we make sure we know everything about their business and where they want to take their business. Do they want to, a lot of e-com brands, they like to start and they like to exit in 12 months. So we want to know if they want to do that. We want to know if they want to do other things with their business, such as just scaling it and having it as an income stream. So once your agency knows your objectives, they're able to tailor your campaigns to what you're looking for. So in my opinion, you need to ask yourself that and say, hey, what do I want? And make sure that your agency is aligned with that.
All right. So how much money should an organization allocate to marketing if on the e-commerce side? Let's just say this. How much should they allocate for digital marketing in the first year? What is the nest egg that they need to put in there?
So there's a really cool formula where you can actually have an infinite ROI with paid ads, meaning your acquisition cost is irrelevant. And if your acquisition cost is irrelevant, and theoretically you can scale indefinitely because you're hiring more people, you're having more of a production system, more of a fulfillment team to help support all these new customers, then you can have an infinite amount of money going toward paid ads because your acquisition cost is zero. I can send over the actual formula. I don't have it memorized, but I can actually send over the formula so you can put it in the show notes and people can put in their numbers and they can see, wow, this is how I'm able to accomplish an acquisition cost of zero. And if you're able to do that, theoretically, you can spend as much as you can, and it doesn't matter.
That's awesome. So, that is a huge selling point, right? Your acquisition cost is zero. That is just unheard of. So well done. We'd love to get that formula. So please fire that over to us, and we will definitely drop that into the show notes. All right, Jared, this has been
a perfect example, Mark. A perfect example is with our own agency, we liquidate our ad spend. We're spending about $15,000 a month with our own agency right now on Facebook and Instagram ads and Google ads, right? So what we're able to do, we have a course that we sell. It's automated. We don't do anything with the course. And for people who are not qualified for our business, we sell them on our course. We sell more than 15 courses a month, meaning it liquidates our acquisition cost for our main program. It's one example.
Oh, so a separate revenue stream's covering that piece. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, good. All right, Jared, you've shared so much information. I so appreciate this. How can people track you down?
Yeah, I'm just a normal person. So go ahead and follow me on Instagram at official Jared, Jared, Curry, Curry, just like Steph. And feel free to reach out to me there and we'll have a chat.
Rock on. So you related to stuff?
We don't know yet.
What is your show me that? Can you make a 3-pointer?
I'm horrible at basketball. So
well, that is awesome. Well, that is awesome. And we've also dropped his website there on the screen, scope16.com. If you guys are looking for any type of help on digital marketing, if you want to connect to somebody that is not only very good at what they do, but is going to be someone that I'm going to be very proud to say one day, you know what, that guy was on my podcast. You should connect to these folks because we can tell, Jared, you are going to be big. You're going to be one of those people that really makes a humongous splash, not only in the local economy, but in the national economy. So we appreciate you being here today. Let's stay in touch. Sound good?
Sound good. Thank you so much for having me, Mark.
You bet, man. Now, for the rest of you guys, we got a couple more things. A couple housekeeping notes that we'd love to get into. Remember, you're joining us here on How's Your ePresence. ePresence is a full-service social media agency. So what Jared was talking about there, we can help you with the same sort of thing. I will tell you this. There are so many things you can do on digital marketing. You can grow your company absolutely like crazy. You can be hyper-focused on your local economy, your local audience. You do a lot of things through social. That's just pretty amazing. Also, we have a webinar we continue to do in these down times and during the COVID-19 is still really hurting a lot of you guys out there. So if you're trying to get a job, you can join us for our webinar. So every month we do 2 webinars. We help people clean up their LinkedIn profile. You can join us. There's the link right there on the screen. We're offering a discount for all of the folks listening to this show for $37.50 an hour. You'll walk away with the way to clean up your LinkedIn profile, and you'll be able to see your profile get 400% more views. So please join us there. We'd love to help you guys out. Also, if you're trying to figure out how to scale your company, if you're trying to reach a new audience, if you're trying to find new people in your own area to grow in your company, because by the way, the coronavirus is going to go away. We're going to start to feel much more confident. There's a lot of pent-up demand. There are people who are sitting on money. They're going to want to spend it coming this summer. Make sure you get in front of them. And you can do that by advertising and using digital marketing. We can help you. You can take advantage of a 5% discount on our services just by going to epresence.me/howsyourEpresence. That's epresence.me, which is our website, /howsyourEpresence, or give us a buzz, and that's on our website too. We'd love to help you guys out. So ePresence is everywhere. How's Your ePresence? It's everywhere. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. You can find us on all the podcast channels. Look for us there, but most importantly, please subscribe. Please subscribe to our channel. That way you get that notification. That's always on the other side, Mark. And we'd love to really help you guys out. So join us. You subscribe. We'll be able to send you a notification when we go live. Look at the notes. I think that's it. The show's produced by ePresence, our producer, director of animation, and general handy guy, Eric Welch. We appreciate the work he does. Thank you, Eric, very much. And until next time, for our guest, Jared Curry, I'm Mark Galvin, and this has been How's Your ePresence?